How was the game?
Good. We had good seats.
Good. So you had fun?
Yeah.
Good. It's been a fun day.
Yes, it has.
We did so much today. What was your favorite thing on the Freedom Trail? I asked Mom and Dad.
I don't know.
I have not given my answer yet because I just can't decide.
This is also cool.
There's so many awesome things.
The Old North Church.
That's what Mom and Dad both chose.
Was way cool, but also, like, I can't remember which, was it Cops Hill?
Cops Hill, yeah.
That had the gravestones with the bullet holes or bullet really damage. Neat. That was pretty cool.
I could just talk for a long time about all the different stops because they were all so cool. I think I'm still kind of processing everything that we saw. Yeah. The ship, I think I want to come back and I want to spend a lot of time there because there's so much to learn.
Yeah.
About that.
That thing was way cool.
Yeah.
Like, way cool.
That was really neat. Where do we go from there? Lunch?
Yeah. Well, we went to Cops Hill and then went to lunch and then back to Cops Hill.
Regina Pizza was amazing.
Yes, it was.
I really think it was probably some of the best pizza I've ever had. It was so good.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the walking influenced that some. But I really,
yeah, probably.
But I really think it was good pizza. And we had modern pastry, the cannoli, the cream puff, the key lime tart. It was all so good.
It was good.
I don't know the name of the cannoli I got because I just asked for the lady's favorite cannoli, but it had almonds and pistachios. So good. But
and we have Mike's.
Yeah.
To try in the morning.
They went to the baseball game and Mom, Dad, and I went to Mike's pastry because we wanted to try them both. We heard such good things about them both that we had to give them a try. And I haven't told you this, but we've already busted into the Mike's. So I tried two kinds. I tried a bite or two of Mom's plain ricotta one. And I tried what was it called? Florentine? I think it was a different shell. It wasn't the normal shell, but it was really good. You'll have to try a bite of it in the morning, or more than a bite. Anyway, both of them were really good. And we were talking about our research, and we had heard people say, like, they were both so good that you should just go to both of them. And I was gonna try to review them and say which was my favorite, but I really think they're both good. Anyway, the Freedom Trail, Cops Hill was so cool. What I thought was cool about all of the burying grounds that we saw was that the stones were all original, you know? It's just crazy to think about stones that were put there in the 1600s. That we're just standing there looking at and reading these people's names. And Cops Hill, especially with it being on the top of a hill, there were beautiful views in every direction.
Yes, there were.
Boston is just such a pretty city. I'm still processing it. There's just so much that we saw today because we did the entire Freedom Trail. We did Boston Commons. We did the Public Garden Swan Boat rides.
We saw a banded duck.
Yes. For being in Boston for like 48 hours, we pretty much did a lot of stuff. I was really pleasantly surprised by Boston.
Yeah.
I don't think I had overly high expectations because I've been to cities, St. Louis, Kansas City, Chicago, New York City, San Francisco, and every time we've traveled, we've fit in historical things too. So I think I kind of thought I knew what to expect, and I way underestimated it. It's so cool. I am just so fascinated by the history and the architecture. I think it's interesting to learn about how it grew because it's one of the few cities that they've allowed to just grow organically and not put in like grids like New York City is in a pretty perfect grid. And so that's why it's so difficult to drive here and get around here, but it's so cool because you go from historical church or Paul Revere's house to skyscrapers. It's just crazy.
It is.
I think it's gonna still take me a while to process it all, but
For sure.
But my first impressions of Boston are really good, and I hope to come back someday. But right now, we need to get some sleep because we are going to Maine tomorrow.
Yeah.
We are going to be headed up the coast. Are you ready for
I'm
bed?
tired.
Me too.